Few things say strength to body weight ratio, like getting your first pull-up. It's a fitness milestone that a lot of people aspire to, but not many people know how to actually get there. So we're going to go over the steps on how to achieve the first pull-up and a few variants to really help round out your strength. Okay, first I'm going to go through the difference between a chin-up and a pull-up. A chin-up, your palms are facing you, and you're getting a lot more assistance from your biceps. A pull-up, your palms facing away, and you're kind of pulling yourself up towards your back. Chin-ups, they're a big deal, but it's not the focus of this video right now. We're worried about pull-ups. So first thing is you want to think about the muscles that you'll have to activate to get yourself a legitimate pull-up in the future. And first, that's thinking about your scapula. You have to be able to pinch your scapula together, like this. Think about somebody putting a pencil or their fingers right between your shoulder blades and you're trying to grab it. Now, you don't want to shrug to pull it. You're not doing one of these. You want to be able to draw those muscles back and kind of just bring those muscles to a pinch. If you're unable to do that, that's the first thing you want to focus on. And there's a few exercises that you can do to get those muscles strong / activated so you'll be able to get the pull-up down the line. The first exercise I really like for this is called the high pull. You'll want to use a TRX either at your gym, or you can make one with some PVC and some webbing or a fucking belt, whatever. Just be safe about it. All you really need is something to pull against. The idea is that you're going to have it attached to a point in front of you. You're going to lean at an angle, and then you're going to pull your shoulder blades together in a high rowing motion. Couple tips about this. You don't want to bend your wrists like this. You want to keep your wrists straight the entire time. Just focus on pinching those shoulder blades. If going really low is difficult, the higher up you are, the easier the motion. So similar to a push-up, start as high as you have to really get the quality of that motion to get good. And make sure that you're slow and controlled. Don't go fucking firing it out. That's not going to help you in the long run. You're trying to build the strength to be able to get to the point where you can do a full pull-up. Another good exercise is with good old-fashioned bands. So have your arms out in front of you and simply pull apart as you're bringing your scapula together. When you're coming out, don't come up here. Don't let the band go anywhere weird. Keep it right across the middle of your chest. You can get a lighter band to make it easier, and as it becomes simpler and simpler, you can either get it tighter, get a harder band, whatever. But the idea is that you can control the motion and really get those scapula together. All right, the third exercise I'd like to show you for this, for prepping up to start getting the strength in there, is YTWLs. These help with your shoulder strength, mobility, and again, to keep activating the muscles that you need. You could do these on a bench at an incline. You could lay on a stability ball, or you could just stand up like I'm about to. They're a little awkward to videotape, but just follow the cues, and it makes a lot of sense. So first, if your back is at an angle, your hands are just straight down, and you're going to bring them up in a Y formation. Again, not shrugging, you're pinching those shoulders. You don't want to kind of come up, you don't want to force it. Tuck the chin, pinch the shoulder blades, bring it back, under control. The T is pretty much the same way, except you're making the T. You're going straight up and down, pinching your shoulder blades. The W's, you're coming here with your hands together, and you're coming out and down. Again, shoulder blades, all shoulder blades, boom. And then your your L's, you're coming up, rotate up, down, down. Slow, controlled motions the entire time. If you do add weights, make sure they're light, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, never really more than 5. You don't want to fuck up your rotator cuff. You're just trying to activate muscles. It's not about how much weight you could do. It's not about momentum. It's about controlling and activating those shoulders and scapula. Now that you've got all that, onto strength. And now the least surprising thing in the world, your exercises are going to start to have to look like pull-ups. So your next step is pulses. You're going to dangle and activate those shoulder blades. So first off, positioning. For a standard pull-up, your arms should be in a Y. They shouldn't be super wide out here. They shouldn't be super close in here. Just a nice, comfortable Y. It should be natural. Grab your bar, get off the floor. I know you can't really see my feet here, but as you can tell, I'm swaying back and forth. And then just like everything else that you've been doing, you're just going to draw the shoulder blades together and relax. Under control, slowly and methodically. Along with the pulses, you want to start working on negatives. Basically what a negative is you're starting from the top of your pull-up and slowly controlling it down. So you can either jump into it or climb up on the box or whatever you have to do, but basically start with your chin over the bar and then slowly control the descent. You're working the same basic muscles, and once you can get around 8 of these in, you're pretty much right in the path to get your first pull-up. Then there's a couple of variants I'm going to show you. One is called the wide pull-up. So you kind of get your arms a little wider than I showed you earlier, right here. And then you kind of squeeze the scapula, and again, it's a little bit harder to do, but you can feel it more in your lats. Then you can work, since we're doing the whole video standard, we get right to a close grip pull-up, which is right there. Palms still facing out. You're working your forearms a bit more there, but that one will kind of increase that strength. Here's a neutral grip where your palms are facing each other, but that's close to a chin up now. All right. And all of that's really reductive, right? So we've taken a process that could take months or years and broken it down into just a quick little how-to video. Everyone's progress is different. You know, maybe your core isn't that strong. You're going to want to have to focus on building your core strength, and we'll do that in a separate video one day. You might have problems with your shoulder. You have shoulder injuries that may hinder you. Don't push through an injury, especially if you're feeling your rotator cuffs, because you're just going to hurt yourself worse. So take it slow. Don't get discouraged. Worry about just making small bits of progress. Each of these stages should take as long as it takes you to do. You're not the same as everybody else. Just worry about making little bits of progress, and eventually, with enough dedication, you get yourself a pull-up. Do it anyway.